Even the security guards appeared anxious as they dragged Remy out of the Bet Awards after party. What actually happened backstage? Why was Remy screaming, "I didn't touch her," while being thrown into the back of a black SUV? And let's be honest, that fantasy came crashing down last night in front of cameras. Flashing lights and a crowd that wasn't there to watch. Remy Ma, rapper, reality TV royalty, and, let's be honest, a walking headline. Get hauled out in handcuffs. After Claressa Shields allegedly filed criminal charges against her. The BAT Awards were supposed to be a night of black excellence, but instead it turned into a full-blown crime scene. Let's set the scene. Crucially, what did Claressa say that took this to the next level? Rumor has it that there is surveillance footage, a missing wig, and a secret witness from Papoos's own entourage. Yeah, this isn't just drama. This is a full-blown celebrity crime scene. So buckle up, because what started as a petty love triangle just turned into a criminal investigation. And trust us, Remy Ma isn't avoiding it this time. Just wrapped paparazzi were packing up and inside the Bet after-party VIP lounge. Drinks were flowing, laughter reverberated off the velvet walls, and everything appeared to be fine until Claressa Shields arrived. Let's face it, Claressa didn't attend the party. Instead, she arrived filled with anger and security receipts. According to insiders, Claressa had just finished a press run in which she publicly addressed Papoose Remy Ma's longtime husband as her partner on purpose. That's right, but it gets worse. Just before the Bet after party, she allegedly received a direct message from an anonymous page that purported to show Remy Ma threatening her in the green room during. We will revisit that leaked message later, because it may have been the reason Claressa filed formal charges against Remy that same evening. However, 3 eyewitnesses, including a makeup artist, a dancer, and someone posing as Lil Mecca's weed carrier, claimed that Remy Ma confronted Claressa with a full drink in hand. It wasn't just any drink, though. It was dark and messy, leaving a stain so strong that it's currently trending as the Bet Blood Orange Splash. Remy allegedly said something along the lines of, "Keep your hands off my man or I'll put you back. In a boxing ring without this is harassment. This is a setup." "I didn't lay a finger on her," the dancer told an anonymous gossip blog. Claressa didn't even bat an eye. She just smirked, took out her phone, and began recording. Boom, the trap was set. This wasn't just an argument. This was a setup, and Remy walked right into it wearing heels and a grudge. A security guard was then seen waving to a group of plainclothes LAPD officers. A few minutes later, Remy Ma was escorted out of the building in cuffs, shouting, "This is harassment. This is a setup. I didn't lay a finger on her." It appeared innocent when Claressa and Papoose were first seen together at a youth boxing fundraiser in Atlanta last year, but blogs quickly noticed their chemistry. In one now viral video, Claressa is seen giving Papoose a mini cupcake while whispering something that made him blush and turn away. Fans made jokes about it and made memes, but Remy remained silent. If you know anything about Remy Ma, her silence is her loudest warning. 6 months later, Claressa and Papoose appear courtside at a Knicks game. They are still just friends at the time, but then the infamous Shields and the Remy remained silent until last night, because she allegedly did what the streets have been warning about for months. Within an hour of the arrest, blurry 13-second video was leaked to an anonymous Reddit thread and swiftly reposted on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. The clip, taken from behind a champagne tower, shows Remy lunging toward Claressa with a glass raised as she asks a fan what she brings to the table, saying, "I built the damn table. Ask Papoose." Shouts, "Try it, you're going to go viral again. Reminisce." Immediately after, there are screams and glass breaking as Remy's security tries to stop her. Then, the moment that made the internet go viral, Remy Ma is dragged out in cuffs while screaming, "Y'all believe this fraud over me? She'd been chasing my man for a year." The crowd silently records the footage and the internet erupts in flames. Just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, Papoose is seen leaving the building with Claressa in a black Escalade at precisely 5 minutes after Remy is being dragged out. A fan discovered a Snapchat story that purportedly shows Papoose smiling next to Claressa in the backseat of the SUV. The caption reads, "Sometimes you've got to let the storm pass to see the rainbow." So, while Ray is getting fingerprinted in downtown LA, Papoose is out here writing haikus with his side chick. This is shocking, perhaps not because people have been saying this love for months. Triangle was destined to blow, and it did last night. But don't leave just yet, because the police report witness testimony and leaked booking details that are coming up next could potentially put an end to Remy's career forever. Remy then enters the precinct, and guess who is waiting inside? Remy continues to insist that she never touched Claressa and yells about her innocence. But what she didn't anticipate was who was already inside. According to sources inside the LAPD booking office, Claressa Shields herself had arrived minutes earlier, accompanied by 2 attorneys and a private. But let's go back to what actually happened inside. According to multiple sources, while Remy was being processed, she kept repeating the phrase, "She pushed me first. There's footage. Run the cameras." The scary part is that officers reportedly told her, "We've already seen it." This is because one of the lawyers was allegedly on FaceTime with a representative from HBO Sports. That's right, rumors are circulating that Claressa had already sold the exclusive rights to tell her side of the story before Remy was fingerprinted. So whatever footage LAPD looked at that night didn't exactly help her case. A leaked excerpt of the incident report purportedly sent to a celebrity blogger details the assault as follows. Suspect Reminisce Smith, also known as Remy Ma, approached victim Claressa Shields aggressively. Surveillance shows the suspect raising a glass and attempting to make physical contact. Though contact is unclear, verbal threats were made and the victim appeared visibly shaken. This isn't about ego, it's about safety. I shouldn't have to be scared to walk into a room because someone's ego can't handle being replaced. Ouch. Speaking of being replaced, let's talk about Papoose, who hasn't posted anything in support. Sources claim that Claressa's attorney is already filing a restraining order and is pursuing felony charges rather than misdemeanors. Threats were made. That's enough for harassment, possibly even assault with intent. Especially if Claressa's legal team wants to push it, which they do. Instead, Remy's Instagram story from that evening features a mysterious boomerang of Claressa laughing while holding a wine glass and writing, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." It's bringing Remy Ma into the spotlight, giving her the final straw and presenting divorce papers as pending. But the public opinion court isn't waiting for legal proceedings. They're already dragging her across every timeline imaginable. Within 24 hours of the arrest, the hashtag Remy locked up again began trending, and not in a positive way. Old videos of her previous prison sentence reappeared, reminding people of the 6 years she served for assault. Even worse, brands are pulling back, the tweet read. Remy Ma just clocked in at her old job, Rikers Correctional. A hair extension company that recently partnered with Remy quietly removed her face from their website. And one energy drink that was allegedly about to announce a campaign with her gone was disassociated. Meanwhile, Claressa is being portrayed as a survivor. Articles about the strength required to stand up to bullies in Hollywood are appearing. And one blogger even called her the Simone Biles of celebrity clapbacks, but not everyone believes. Some fans are asking, did Claressa set her up? Is this a real victim standing tall or a master manipulator playing her cards perfectly? Because here's the twist. A new voicemail purportedly leaked from Remy's team states she baited her. I saw it. She waited until Remy was buzzed and then provoked her. Claressa was recording before anything even popped off. If that's the case, it changes everything because now we're talking. Asterisk, it sounds crazy until you consider how planned everything has appeared thus far. Claressa timed the charges right after the awards. She brought a private investigator and lawyers. She had a statement ready. She has been using terms like emotional terrorism in interviews. She even wore a full white suit to the after party, which is a universal symbol of "I'm the innocent one" in celebrity scandals. What did Remy wear? Red, fitting. But the real hit came when booking details were revealed. Leaked early the following morning, according to phony but convincing documents making the rounds online. Remy Ma was charged with 1 count of verbal assault, 1 count of attempted battery, and 2 counts of disturbing the peace. The most damning part, though, is that a judge reportedly ordered a mandatory 90-day anger management program as part of her release terms. The headlines suddenly shifted from Remy versus Claressa to Ree's rage exploding again, with radio hosts making fun of her and morning shows discussing whether her career could withstand another mugshot and fans. Remy was supposed to be a comeback queen, but women who had previously admired her began to turn against her. One post read, "Now she's just another reality star who can't control her mouth or her man." The silence was broken by a blurry screenshot of what appeared to be a private group chat between Ree's hairstylist, her former assistant, and a burner account that fans thought belonged to her cousin. The message said she's going to air everything out. If they want to play dirty, I've got footage too. This isn't just a scandal. This is a war, and it's far from over. Part 3 picks up with the leaks, the retaliation, and what insiders are calling Remy Ma's final strike. Kay said she was done, but if you've been following her career, you already know one thing: she never gives up. This time, however, she might swing hard enough to take the entire game with her. Because 48 hours after her arrest, something crazy happened. An anonymous page appeared on Instagram. Because the first post featured a muted screen capture of what appeared to be Claressa Shields arguing with someone off-camera backstage at the BET Awards. And no, it wasn't Remy fans who dissected the clip frame by frame, thinking it was papooses. Voice, watch, and posture. And if the body language is any indication, it wasn't a friendly conversation. In fact, at one point, Claressa seems to shout, "Don't act brand new. You said you'd handle her." That one line sent the internet into overdrive. The plot thickened when a second post went live. This time, a cropped voicemail purportedly from Claressa herself saying, "If she puts hands on me, it's over for her. Cameras are always rolling. Let her play by herself." At that point, the narrative started to change and fans weren't so sure anymore. Was Remy Ma the aggressor or the baited target in a high-level image-tarnishing setup the blog shared? Ree's team is reportedly prepared to retaliate with receipts after podcast hosts began analyzing every frame. Even verified journalists began to wonder how Claressa's legal team was able to file charges so quickly, seemingly having everything prepared beforehand. One alleged insider leaked to a gossip forum that Remy's cousin, the same one from the burner group chat, had audio and video of Kay surreptitiously meeting Claressa in several cities over the past year, while Remy was taking care of business and believing they were mending their marriage. The leak was even more shocking. It's no longer about one glass raised at a party. Instead, it's about reputation warfare, emotional sabotage, and the long game. Remy is preparing to play chess, and her team hasn't released the footage yet. But 3 Instagram fan pages and 2 YouTubers have claimed to have seen it privately. And what they're describing sounds explosive. Remy claims to have proof that Claressa created multiple fake accounts to comment negatively on Remy's posts, and even allegedly paid a small blogger $3,000 to spread stories about Remy being washed, insecure, and old news. The one facing charges. The timeline doesn't add up, and the narrative you've all been fed, it's looking really curated. That same day, Ree's PR team subtly updated her bio on all social media platforms to read "The truth will always outlast the lie." There was no explanation or caption, just vibes and war drums. Meanwhile, Papoose was still utterly silent. But one odd move made headlines. He unfollowed Remy Ma and Claressa Shields on Instagram. That may not seem like much, but in the world of celebrities, that's essentially a ceasefire via social media. The timing was perfect. The real question now is whether Papoose has finally ended his relationship with both women, or if this is all a publicity stunt to disassociate himself from the mess he helped create. After all, Papoose has been portraying himself for years as the good guy, the devoted husband. The moral compass, the man who kept Remy down through prison, loss, and controversy, but if these leaked tapes are authentic, he may have been the villain in disguise all along. Claressa's camp is now feeling the heat. According to Hip Hop Unfiltered, a source close to her management stated, "We weren't expecting this much backlash." The arrest was intended to protect her, but now that she is being accused of being manipulative and strategic, things are getting out of hand. Even some of Claressa's brand partners are beginning to distance themselves. One sports drink company that was in negotiations for a big summer campaign has abruptly postponed it indefinitely. Another athletic clothing brand has quietly archived a photo shoot from their Instagram page that featured Claressa in their upcoming line. There have been no public statements, just gradual, calculated distance. Finally, an alleged copy of the original police complaint was leaked, revealing something startling. Claressa never alleged that Remy had struck her, stating verbal threats, aggressive posture, and emotional distress. There was no physical contact or assault, so why was Remy dragged out in handcuffs as if she had punched someone? According to a former NYPD officer who is currently employed in Los Angeles, high-profile events involving high-profile individuals always cause overreactions. If someone yells, "I feel unsafe," they are separated in that setting. Even if it means arresting someone for the sake of the case, faces weeks, if not months, of legal drama, brand loss, and online chaos. Depending on your side of the TikTok debate, Claressa is being rebranded as either a crafty mastermind or a mistreated victim. However, Remy has footage, Claressa has legal firepower, Papoose has secrets he's not ready to share, and the entire world is watching because, in a society that is obsessed with betrayal, power moves, and leaked receipts, this story has all the makings of a legend. However, only one woman will emerge from this situation. Now that the dust has settled, by dust, we mean glass shards, legal threats, and career shrapnel, the question is not who is telling the truth, but who is going to lose everything first. Was Remy really just a ticking time bomb that finally exploded? Or was she pushed, prodded, and plotted against by a woman? Is Remy being targeted? Is Claressa playing the long game? Did Papoose orchestrate the entire scandal to free himself? From both. Keep watching, because the full truth may be darker than all three of them combined. Who knows exactly how to use the court of public opinion as a weapon? And what about Papoose? Is he the silent puppet master behind the entire scandal? Or is he just a confused man caught between two queens playing a game of vengeance? We may never hear the whole story from them, but we do know that we've only seen Act 1. And if this industry loves betrayal more than the sequel, it's the sequel. So let's ask you, do you think that Claressa Shields are a ruse against Remy Ma? Should Papoose be held responsible for remaining silent during this entire situation? Let us know in the comments side you're truly on. Remember to click the bell, like, and subscribe, since the next leaked video can appear at any moment. We promise you'll want to be the first to declare, "I knew it." We'll be watching this celebrity's lives where the truth is dirty, the tea is explosive, and no celebrity controversy is ever kept under wraps for very long.